Coming to you from the city of Philadelphia, LRTN presents How's My People? Your favorite spot for Liberian news. With your co-hosts, McGarris Jackson, Daryl Kennedy, Quinita Dunbar, and Fuchsia Shade.
How's my people doing?
We doing all right.
Welcome back to another episode of How's My People with your co-host, Fuchsia Shade,
Daryl Kennedy,
Quinita Dunbar,
and McGarris Jackson.
Welcome back, guys. Now, if you've been following us, you'll know that each week this month we've been highlighting some black figures who have been changing the games in black history, making black excellence for us. This week we'll be highlighting Ms. Marie Van Brittan Brown. She was the woman who created the first closed-circuit home security system. Now, this was a revolutionary system that changed the game. It had a panic button, it had 4 peepholes for various heights, a camera, and a remote locking system. Never had anything like this before been seen. Wow. It was so revolutionary that even the government had to buy her patent and improve the technology on it. Now, if you have a home security system at home, you could thank Ms. Maria Van Brittan Brown for keeping your house and your Amazon packages safe. You know what I mean? Thank you, Marie. All right, so on to other news. Texas has been going through it, y'all.
Yes. What exactly has Texas been going through?
Listen.
Everything.
You know how we used to the snow up here? As soon as the first snowfall comes down, we got the salt on the roads. We were shoveling. Yeah. We got the plows going. We ready. We got our snacks at hand. Listen, Texas was not ready for it, y'all. Texas got 6 to 7 inches of snow this past week. Now, if y'all don't know about Texas, Texas ain't used to no snow. They usually, you know what I'm saying? They worried about them heat waves and whatnot.
Yeah.
But they have been going through it. They got blackouts. I heard some people's homes were actually flooded because of all the snow and stuff like that. And during all of this pandemonium, Republican Senator Ted Cruz decided that he was going to go on his little mini vacation to Cancun, Mexico. Wow. This did not go over well with the public. So during, while he was going on, he was caught in the airport, and he has been getting dragged through the media.
Wow.
So much
because
so that
he went to Cancun.
Yeah, I mean, because listen,
in the midst
of his state going through this
of a state emergency.
Yeah.
What if his vacation was planned?
That's what I'm saying.
Doesn't matter.
His job. Listen, he's a senator.
Matter.
He's not. You know what I'm saying?
He's not just like a school principal.
No, he's not a principal. A school principal would cancel their vacation so they can take care of mine.
I would do. I've been through not having light. I've been through having ceilings leaking with your ceilings caving in. Mm-hmm. I've been through having no heat in your house. So there ain't nothing that the Texans are going through that he has not
Understandable. But you live in the Northeast.
Yes.
This is Texas, and
he lives in Bristol, Pennsylvania.
Okay. Still in the Northeast of America. Right? This is Ted Cruz's job. That's the thing, though. He is a senator. It's his job to lead his state through national and state emergencies.
No, I understand.
Now, he was not met greatly with the national public, and the media just dragged him. His boss called him and was like, "You gotta get back and do your job." I think he only spent like 4 hours in Cancun, came back, and he actually had to he called for a police escort because he knew people was going to wait in at the gate.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait for you at the door.
Right, at the door. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Ted Cruz is back now, and he is doing his job, and I pray that you do well by your people.
Yes.
Because that's what you get paid for. And I hope you enjoyed your vacation.
It's 4 hour vacation. I think what people need to understand is the mayor has no control over the weather and what takes place with the weather.
Yeah.
He didn't plan his trip saying, "Oh, I know a storm's about to come. Mm-hmm. Right. Oh, well, I'm still going to go to Cancun." Right. He planned his trip thinking that, hey, I'm going to get a little break to enjoy time with my family. It just happened to be a coincidence that,
It happened.
It happened. So don't be mad at him. You guys should be, he's still a leader. He came back. I mean, if it was I would have
known pressures. That's the thing. He didn't come back.
Swing at Cancun beaches. Your boss tell you to come back. Oh, you would lose your job. You would come back. You would come back. Look, I'm gonna get my job. Those politicians, they have their good job.
People are losing their houses. People are losing their properties. People are losing their lives. And you can't. And you are a senator. We understand that
he came back.
But he came back only because he shouldn't have left in the first place.
If his
He
vacation
knew this was happening. He only
could've-
came back because of public pressures.
If his vacation was already planned and something like a natural disaster happened, that's something that's uncontrollable. That's something that
was he aware?
He can reschedule his vacation.
Okay, what you don't understand, Daryl, he was not aware that all these things were taking place.
I understand, but I do not agree that he knew. Listen, he had just left a couple of days ago. The storm happened last week. He knew ahead of time that this is already here, and then he left. That's what I'm saying. He left in the middle of the emergency, not like he was on the plane and it started snowing. It had already happened. That's the problem. So, Mr. CRUZ, I hope that you are doing right by your people now. Now to more sadder news, guys. 11-year-old Jerome Brown has tragically passed after being starved for 3 weeks. Now, I know a lot of people have been following this story on Facebook. If you don't know, young Jerome was living with his father after his mother left him in his father's custody. She moved to Monrovia with the 2 other children that she had after her and the husband split. Jerome was with his father, Emmanuel Brown, and his wife. And while young Jerome was in his father's care, some of the local villagers saw that there was not even human-like figure coming out of a shed, right? They went to go see what it was. The stepmother kind of was like, oh, there's nothing there. And so they finally went to the police about it. They went to the police. The police finally came in and checked with the family, see what was going on. They found young Jerome's body. The saddest part about this, while they were trying to take young Jerome to the hospital, the only thing he was asking for was water. And while they're trying to give him water, they found pieces of mattress and plastic in his mouth. Because apparently that was the only thing he was able to, around him that he was trying to eat. And the last word he asked for was he was asking for water, and he passed away. Currently, his father is in custody, and we'll be checking on this story to see what's going on. But I just want to open up to you guys. What do you guys think about this story? This is unbelievable.
For me, I can't believe that someone is not even in touch with their emotions, their humane emotions. I would call that not being human. You know what I mean? For you to look at another human being and
your own child.
It wasn't her child, so I don't understand how stepmothers, when it comes to stepmothers and stepfathers, I don't know how they deal with people's children like that. But I'm an empathetic person, so in my mind, when it comes to dealing with other people, is treat others how you want to be treated. That's the golden rule for me that comes from the Bible. So I can't look at somebody's child and be like, oh, that's not my child.
I mean,
so I'm going to treat them any type of way.
Mind you, the father was in the situation.
That's what I'm
saying.
The father was the biological father.
Was right there the entire time. The child, Jerome, was left with his father, Emmanuel Brown, this entire time. His mother would call, periodically checking on the boy, and every single time he would give an excuse. Oh, Jerome was at the beach, Jerome was playing, he's doing this, that, and the other. She was never able to get in contact with her son. She would send money to him. The money obviously was not being given to him for this child to eat. So it's not just I agree with you too. I don't know how someone will be that wicked to watch a child starve to death. But it's not just on the stepmother, it's on that father too.
I feel like it's really a tragedy. And this is not the first time we've seen this in the Liberian community. We saw this a couple of years ago with another kid that his father killed him for some type of insurance money or something like that.
That's wicked.
Yeah, so it's really sad. It's really sad. God will punish you.
Yeah. This situation just brings me a lot of sadness, because just imagine, me personally, I can't even go without having 2 to 3 meals a day. So just imagine a child,
eating a
mattress and just eating anything just so that you can survive. It's just mind-boggling to me. A woman, you know what it means to carry a child.
Right.
Did this woman even have a child of
too much of the details, but
I just feel like even if you did, how can that's just pure wickedness. And for the father, this is why people have those conspiracy theories of not having, their kids being watched by other people because it's frightening. Look at what someone did to someone's child.
Right,
what gave you the right to think you could do that to someone else's child? What did this innocent child ever do to you? For you to starve them of food for 3, and I know it's not just starvation, it's also abuse, because think about it, if I'm being starved in my household, I can always say, I'm going outside to play with my friends, and I'll find food on the street somehow. So therefore, you guys weren't only starving this child, but you were abusing him. They said an unhuman-like figure going in and out. So you guys were not just starving this child, y'all abused them to a point where he wasn't even looking like a human being.
If you see in the picture, he is like, you see his skeletons.
Wow.
My thing about it is now, like, okay, so they're about to go on. Like, I know it may sound a little bit desensitized, but like in my mind, how I would picture it is like, okay, so while we're about to have a funeral for this child, you know what I mean? And the father shows up to this funeral and cries.
Oh no, he's in custody.
Like,
if I was a mother, I would not listen. This story literally had my blood boiling. Like I pray someday that I'll become a father. I would love to have that gift of a child, but like I can't. I'm not a father. I cannot imagine. I would rather myself starve to death. I would rather go thirsty to see my child in pain. I can't see how you will be a father, see half of yourself, and say, I don't care what that child did. My child could commit murder. I don't care. Like I would never pain a child that much on the verge of death. How evil can you be? You deserve hell. You deserve the worst to come. Like I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not. Yeah. And it's just. And I want to point the responsibility back on. Like the saying is, it takes a village to raise a child, right?
Yes.
Where was everyone else? I can't believe. Like, I know we African people, we like to
punish
our children. Not even that. That was my other point. We punish our children fine, but we are also nosy, right? Exactly. How is it a child went unnoticed for 3 weeks? How is it that child even got to that point without no one noticing? I know some of you saw something, and I know.
Yes, if he did say something, they saw you guys, like figure.
It comes back to that thing. You guys ever heard of the bystander effect? The bystander effect is basically, for those who don't know what the bystander effect is, the bystander effect is witnessing something happen and not saying anything at all, or walking past it as if it doesn't concern you or that it doesn't affect you. You know what I mean?
Because you feel someone else will.
It's not even. Sometimes it's not even off of the form of retaliation, like fearing, like, somebody will come back and get me.
It's usually because they feel like someone else will handle it. Someone else will call the police. Someone else will do something.
Or someone else may never get there. You need to be the someone to take the action.
Or some people just be like, I don't care. It's not my business.
And that's the worst mentality to have.
I see it going on. I see it happening. But you know what happened? That's the man child. What can I go do and tell him to how to raise his child? That mentality right there, I can't understand that bystander effect.
I feel like this is why certain laws in Liberia should take place. So things like this don't happen. If there was an actual strong government that watched over children, child protective services, if we actually had school systems that provided lunch, that did truancy, that took attendance of people, even during quarantine, during quarantine in other countries, they're making sure kids are attended. They're checking on. They're doing health and wellness checks. They're sending food home. These are the things that they need to implement in the country so that these things don't happen. People would be afraid to do these to children if they knew that the law is checking on them constantly. If it was mandatory for every child to be in school. If you're missing school for 3 days, we're coming and we're locking up parents. Y'all don't want to go to jail, so you're going to make sure your child's in school. This is DHS. These are the certain privileges that other countries have that is sad that Liberia doesn't have. And there's nothing stopping them from having it. It's just certain people are in power that are so greedy that they don't want to use the money. It's making me really upset right now. They don't want to use the money to actually help people that need it. Y'all just want to take all the money for yourselves. How selfish could you be?
People that are empowered, this is a chance for you to help somebody. Make sure this does not happen again. I want everyone to repost this video, repost this so that this story goes internationally so that children do not have to go through this. This is sad and it's a shame not only on the parents but on our own country and the government system. Because y'all can just say, oh, the parent did it, I didn't do it. But you're in charge of that country, you're in charge of that child. Children don't have a voice. So you that are in power, you're the voice for the children. You're the voice for them. So you have to take take the position that you have seriously, not just for you and your family, but for you and your whole country.
Thank you.
But Sade, Fuchsia, I would like to I don't want to prolong the conversation any longer, but just to kind of give a little push to what she's saying also, that also having a government that would take accountability.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We have to change some of the traditions that we were raised upon. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of the, I guess, crimes that go on in our own country that go unsolved or unfixed is because a lot of them are traditionally root-based. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's happening. It's a normal thing in society, in our society, that is. That person, that's his child. We can't speak in their business. You get what I'm saying?
Even though we do all the time.
Even though we do all the time, but it's mostly behind people's backs.
Yeah, y'all would never say
never
to the face.
It's never to the face. Yeah.
Or if you see that child who get dry, if you see that child passing in and out, the stepmom treating the child like trash. I can never do it. But you never said nothing, and now look, a child of your community has died.
You know,
and all you could do was gossip about it.
It comes with taking accountability.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And changing those traditions that, in a sense, kind of have us time warped. You know what I mean? Instead of progressing, I feel like
we're standing still.
Or regressing.
Exactly. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because something like this in the 21st century
should not be happening.
Should not be happening, because at some point in time we have to open our eyes to the bigger picture of what's going on. And that's just sad to say that our government is not built like that.
And it needs to. There's no reason why it shouldn't. The funding is there. It's not like it's not there.
Right,
technically,
so
it's not there.
Well, we can find systems and powers to do it.
Not.
Okay.
We just hope that what we want from this is just.
There, Mom.
What we want from this is just like, I hope that moving forward there will be some actions and some other rules in place so that this does not repeat itself again.
Facts, definitely, guys. Like we said, our call to action to Liberia and our president and our leaders. Do something about it. Children are our next step. You know, children are the future. This is we have to nurture them and empower them to do better than us. We can't do that if we can't feed them. We can't make sure they're safe. So my call to action to you guys is to check up on your children and we have to take care of each other. It takes a village to raise a child. All right, Fuchsia, I had my blood boiling.
Me too.
Tell me something good. You know what I mean? Tell me something.
All right. All right. So it's entertainment with your girl Fuchsia today, and I'm super excited to announce this underground artist who are making their way in the hip hop industry. Our very own Liberian born and Philadelphia raised E-THABOSS. Now, have any of you heard of E-THABOSS?
I have.
The name sounds familiar.
The name sounds familiar. Well, he's highly recognized and highly noticed in this community, and we're so grateful to be able to have a chance to speak on him. Now, I know a couple weeks ago I talked about Liberian artists, you know, transitioning from that Liberian sound to that hip-hop sound. Right. And he's one of those artists that did that with grace. He's always been a hip-hop artist, but he comes from a Liberian background. Some of the music that he grew up on are a lot of Liberian and Afro beats, but he found a way to maneuver himself into this wonderful hardcore Philly street rapper.
So he made his own lane.
He definitely did, and he's doing his thing, guys. Hustling and grinding. His very own words with like the music industry, it has its ups and downs, and sometimes it can be very cold. But keep pushing and keep grinding, guys. Okay. He's making his way, not just, he's like underground artist, but he's making his way like up. Mainstream. And I really love that about like artists. I love to see like the grind and the hustle. And he's been doing it, like the first time I ever got to see him coming out, I was like around high school. Okay. And he started he always loved music, but he started rapping, professionally, taking the career seriously, his like junior year in college.
Oh, okay.
So he's made several mixtapes, did several singles. Every year, every summer, he has a new banger coming out.
Yeah.
You guys can check him out on his Instagram at E-THABOSS, and you can look in his link in his bio, and he's on all social media platforms, all the mainstream social media platforms. His songs are amazing, and it's just good to see a Liberian artist really doing their thing gracefully.
What I really love is the fact that his versatility.
Yes.
He is super, super versatile. And it's not just the style of music, but it's also the flow.
Yeah.
The way how he puts it together. We have this thing in our culture. It's called, what is it called? Trap co.
Yes.
He can hit trap co.
Yes, he can.
You feel what I'm saying? He can hit like mainstream rap if you want to. He can really give you like a serenaded song. You know what I mean? With the nice little melodies, a smooth flow. He's versatile.
Right,
I feel like that's what I like most about E-THABOSS. You feel me? He's versatile. And when we talked a couple episodes back about being versatile in your talent or making your talent versatile, he is one of those artists that actually show is an embodiment of what being a versatile artist is, period.
Now, is he versatile?
Yes, he is.
No, but I love seeing a black man win. You go E-THABOSS, what I'm talking about.
Not just is he versatile, but he's very confident.
Yes.
And a lot of people can see his confidence as cockiness.
Yeah.
And I think that's how it is in everything. If I know I'm good at something, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it powerfully.
Right.
And it's not up to me to decide how other people feel about how I take my confidence. If you're a confident person, it usually doesn't hide behind a bush or under a table. It's out there. And I can't help how you feel about it. It's not my fault that you're unable to do what I can. And hey, it's me being confident. A lot of people, not just with E-THABOSS, but a lot of artists who are underground and really working their way to mainstream, they shouldn't have this type of confidence. But if I put in the work and I put in the years and the time and the quality, look at E-THABOSS videos. If you guys really look on his Instagram and check out his YouTube at E-THABOSS, you'll see his videos are well put together. There's money, there's time, there's quality put into them. And people want to say what they can say. Video speaks for itself. The followings and reviews, the work ethic, it speaks for themselves. So whoever's saying that an underground artist is cocky or they're doing too much, what you say really doesn't matter because the music speaks for itself.
Literally, you were literally in my mind. The music and the talent, it speaks for itself. And that's all you really have to do is just put it out there and just let that be.
As they say, period, poo.
So I know, right, Daryl? So
am I not cool enough to say that? No.
You're cool. You're cool with us.
Cool.
Okay? So toodles to you, E-THABOSS. Keep grinding, keep hustling. We hope that we can get you on our show very, very soon to do a private interview. So make sure you're following us and you're following E-THABOSS. So you'll get all the latest news on all the hot topics and when he'll be coming over to our show.
And follow his music.
Yes.
Don't just leave here and go follow the page. Listen to
his music, guys. Okay? He just had a new single coming up. A new single that just came out and a video that's coming out. You don't want to miss it, so make sure you're following him on all social media platforms. And now to one of our legendary rappers, Brooklyn rapper, bringing heat, but had to go very, very soon.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Smoke.
We're gonna have to do it before we get into it.
Baby, welcome to the party.
I'm with the magazine, the lane. That's why I'm moving retarded. Hey, look, guys.
Baby, welcome to the party.
Huh?
Hit the boy.
Baby, welcome to the party. Hey, I'm a thought. Give me a leg.
Come on, hey, what a name. Send the clip.
Oh, I was on the wrong part.
All right, so Pop Smoke is a legendary young rapper from Brooklyn, New York. He's been doing his thing, hustling for many, many years. He's one of those underground artists that I watched grow, that I watched hustle and finally make it mainstream. If you guys know me and how I talk on this show, I love mainstream artists and I love watching underground artists make their way to the top. It really hurt me when he died. I was super, super upset.
Such a shock.
I had just bought my tickets to his concert that was supposed to be taking place in March.
Yeah, I know you
yes. I bought my tickets. I had my outfit ready to go. Front row, guys. This is like a concert where I was taking the risk to even go by myself. Because none of my friends had bought the ticket, and it was sold out like literally within an hour.
Oh, wow.
This is how mainstream he made it, guys. Yeah. And just to find out today, last year, that he died, my spirit was crushed. I was hurt listening to his album, and then all the, conspiracy theories about how he died. He rented a house in Beverly Hills, Hollywood, and that's where he was staying for the weekend. And he happened to get robbed and also shot and killed in the head.
Wow.
There wasn't that much news put out there from like the police and everything. People were just like picking and choosing what they believe and coming up with their own ideas of what they thought took place and what led to his death.
How old was he?
He was only 20 years old. 20 years old when he died. A lot of people think he's older. A lot of people think he's so grown, but he's really not. He's just mature in his music.
Right.
And how he made you feel, that vibe. He kind of had that 50 Cent flow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent, like, I haven't met anyone like 50 Cent. I wouldn't say he has his exact flow, but he just takes a little pieces from it and he turns it up to match with this generation. Right. People were rocking to this, like, it was amazing. Pop Smoke really had everyone vibing to his music, his new sound, that deep, hardcore, rough voice. He had girls from the age of 25 to like 60 ready to drop it and give it. Okay? I'm just saying, he had it. He was only 20 years old. A lot of people thought he was older, but he was really only 20.
It's so sad because like New Yorkans, or if I'm saying that right, please, people from New York don't shoot me.
Yeah.
But I know people from New York, they have their own sound.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
They're well known for that.
After, like, Pop Smoke, in a sense, he helped kind of cultivate that sound and bring it to mainstream. Don't get me wrong here, I do listen to, like, different genres of music and stuff like that. Yes. I don't know the artist by name, but I'll know a couple songs here and there. And from what I know, literally, there are artists that actually have the same rhythm, the same flow of Pop Smoke. They ain't no Pop Smoke, but you know what I mean? New York, people from New York, they have their own sound, and he was the pioneer to bring that to mainstream.
Yeah,
he just he left an imprint. He definitely did. Like, at school, that's all they played. That's all they played at my school. And it's just like, this trend of killing each other needs to stop.
Yes, it really does.
It really does. It's really sad. He was, our age?
Yeah.
He was my age. Like, it's crazy. Like,
and I know a lot of people see him to be this gangster or this hardcore rapper, but what you don't know is that before Pop Smoke got into rapping, he was actually, like, pursuing a basketball career. And he actually won a scholarship to college on a basketball.
I didn't know that.
But what happened was he tore like an ACL or something, and then he started to give up on what he was going to become. And then that's how he picked up, sit in the studio one day with his friends, and they was like, you could do this? He was like, yeah, let me hop on real quick. And that's how they made that hit single, Welcome to the Party.
Yeah, I remember, I heard he was like, like 50 Cent's like
protege kind of
thing.
Yeah.
He was like, if he was like, listen, 50, I'm just gonna follow you around. It's like basically a PA for 50, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll follow you around, do what you do, learn the game from you. And I was like, I heard that, I respect that, you know what I mean? He saw what he wanted to do, he went after it, you know what I mean? That's cool.
I'm just saddened to know that, like, somewhere in that story, there could be the conspiracy that he was set up.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's really kind of scary about the whole thing. Because it's like, wow, he brought his mans. Yeah. I'm sorry, he brought his people.
Around him.
I say mans. If you're from our generation, we say mans.
We say mans.
Everybody here on this panel, they are my mans. Okay? they my mans in them. You feel me? Like if I were to say it in layman's terms.
Yeah.
But like, it's sad to know that he brought his friends up with him up to that stature.
They all made money.
They all made money. He made sure all his friends made money, but then somehow, some way, that murder happened, and
Yeah, there's like a setup
There's like a
culture
whole-
in hip hop, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's sad.
It's just really, really sad. And, you know,
That's it.
I love Pop Smoke. I love him so much. I love his music. And I was really hurt. I was really, really hurt because how did we let such a legend go so soon? You know, and one of the things that Pop Smoke always talked about was, I don't need security. I got the security for y'all. And that's what, if you're an upcoming artist, underground artist, and you made it mainstream, please don't think you don't need the security, that your mans are going to be the security. You need professionally trained security for a reason. Yeah. You never had that type of money before.
Right.
You never had that heavy load and that publicity.
Yeah.
And people are willing to do anything for money. Because think about it, if they shoot you and they go to jail, that money that they were going to take from you, whoever the leader is, they're just going to take care of their family with the money. People are willing to sacrifice their life to make sure their children and their family are being taken care of. So please, guys, when you make it mainstream, walk around with security. There's nothing punk about it. There's nothing shameful about it. You're a celebrity.
That's what it was.
I
feel like it was like,
it was like, nah, I'm already macho. I got no security around me.
But you know,
but you do need security.
In the hindsight of things, he looked. If you know people from New York, they don't roll around, like, they don't sit in the same circle as people they don't really know like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like
people that are around him.
Yeah, you know. So like in his mind, he's thinking, the chances of me being around a whole bunch of people I don't know.
Across the United States, in California.
Yeah, but he had a group of, like, there was multiple people in that house with Pop that night.
Yes.
And he was the only person that got shot. And it was because he was defending the people that were also in the house also. You know what I mean? So, like, that's a little bit of, like, stories that were going around.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? Welcome to the party. Pop Smoke, you will forever live. You feel me?
Yes, R.I.P. Pop Smoke. We love you so much. Your music will continue to be streamed. We're not going to stop playing it. Everyone's not going to stop playing it. You will never be forgotten.
At all.
So, that's enough of entertainment. I hope you enjoyed my segment, and we'll be right back after this short commercial break.
As I travel through the United States, I realize that a lot of Liberians are becoming very active in the media, and they're doing a very good job. One of them is this LRTN, and we want to encourage them, because when Liberians undertake these kind of responsibilities and serve their communities, we get the fact from them. So I will wish that we all try to support them, patronize them, encourage them. We're doing a great job, and we are on board with what you do. We pray God that you will advance more and more.
Welcome back to How's My People. Now, globally, the world has been dealing with the pandemic, COVID-19.
Yeah.
But now, Ebola. Yes, Ebola has now resurfaced.
Wow.
Once again, in none other than Mama Africa. A nurse in Guinea died at the end of January, which raised some concerns to begin an investigation. Then 2 people that had Ebola-like symptoms died after attending her funeral, and 4 people were hospitalized.
Oh, wow. So it's spreading, huh?
Yes. So Guinea, back in 2016, was one of the 3 most affected countries in West Africa. Now, people are, coming to President George Weah, to tell him, close the borders so this doesn't happen, so it doesn't populate and spread as much as it did in 2014 to 2016 when Ebola, the epidemic of Ebola,
that needs to happen.
Yes, because America took precautions as such when COVID happened. Yes. So health teams in Guinea are working quickly to contain the deadly disease. So now my question for my panelists, when we think about the most recent Ebola epidemic, how do you think that they're going to handle it this time around? 2014 to 2016 was a complete disaster. So many lives were lost.
I think we're going to learn from, our past failures,
Yes.
I did see this story online, and I think George Weah has already addressed it, and I think he's going to handle this situation way better than what it was in 2014 to 2016. So, I think I'm for the most part, I'm optimistic about this story. I think we're going to handle it better.
I felt like one day I woke up and Ebola said, "I'm here." And then out of nowhere, it went like...
It was gone.
Yeah.
It was
like
gone.
within a snap of an eye. And literally, I felt like during that whole like pandemic time or that epidemic of Ebola, we've heard of all the cases and all the symptoms and how literally you caught it and you die. But I felt like towards the ending of it, we never really found out what was the solution or what was the vaccine that was given to help aid the country of who was dealing with Ebola. You know what I mean? Or maybe at that time, maybe I just wasn't as into news as I am now in my older age. But back then, I didn't really see anything in regards to, hey, we have a vaccine, or this was the steps taken to, like, make sure
as broad and as talked about as COVID, let's say, or the flu is talked about.
Or because it was an African disease, you know what I'm saying?
Right, but like, it was like, it literally came and it left. But then what's really surprising to me was, I was like talking to my mom about this the other day. Surprisingly, we have like weird talks. Catch it. It's like, no, but I was talking to her the other day and I was like, wow, Mom, it's sad because like, we're still in COVID, but another virus.
Exactly, not COVID-19, but Ebola has resurfaced.
And Ebola to me is
after what 4 or 5 years, it's resurfaced.
It's more deadly. Honestly, if we're gonna look at the symptoms and the casualties that it caused, Ebola is more serious than COVID-19. You get what I'm saying? Because you caught Ebola. And that was that. There was no
healing from it.
Yeah, there was no chance of you surviving. You know what I mean?
So we should. President Weah, if you're watching this, I ain't no scientist or whatever. I'm just gonna give you my 2 cents. I think we should do what the rest of the world has done with this global pandemic, which is COVID. So listen to those people who are saying close the borders, close it right away.
Nobody in, nobody out.
Trace everything that's going on. So whomever was at that funeral, make sure you're tracing all those people. Whoever's coming into contact. Just cut it at the source, you know what I'm saying? Just do that. Make sure everyone's staying at home. Gotta do it. You know what I mean? We gotta be a little bit more proactive with this one because this is deadly.
Especially with PPE, like making sure that, the people who are working with those with Ebola, make sure that they have the actual tools and equipment that is needed for them also not to contract the virus and then spread it. So you know what I mean?
This was a nurse. This was a nurse in Guinea. That died.
Exactly.
And she affected 6 other people.
And it was possibly because she was, tending to that one person. Right. You know what I mean? Right. But at that, to be quite honest.
But then again, on her standpoint,
she did
a nurse can meet 4, 5, 6, 7 patients a day.
Yes. If not more. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know how long she's like, So definitely, I would say close them borders. Baby, close them. But like, you know what I mean? Lock the doors. We ain't home right now, you know what I mean? Give messages to beep, you know what I'm saying?
I think asking people to close borders and stay in their houses, stay at home, it also takes aid. Like, they're going to need food. They're going to need running water to wash their hands. Running water, so clean water continues to come out. Everyone going to the well, picking up water, going back inside, put it in another bucket, then you dipping your hand in to grab it before you wash your hand. All that's contamination, so it's going to take running water. So when you go back to your question of, do you think Liberia or Africa is going to be prepared, for this pandemic, or are they going to be prepared, more than they were last year?
Last time.
I know it's sad to say, and don't shoot me for this, but I don't
be practical.
I don't see it being better. And I feel like if they don't take action now and cut off the borders and quarantine, the same thing that happened before will happen again, because since the time it happened before to now, people still don't have running water. People still don't have light. There still aren't, free food isn't giving out. There's no government insurance. These things are not free health care. These things are not provided for these people. What are they going to do?
the same thing they did before, carry the dead bodies to JFK and leave it there outside.
But
We've all seen it.
And this is why we need to be putting money towards the right thing.
Towards the right thing.
Stuff like this happens, we're prepared. We have systems in place. We have contingencies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what are they gonna do?
All that stuff comes into play. I'm sorry for scratching my face on camera, but it happens. But like for real, like the question I want to ask is when I made that reference to Ebola coming in and then snapping disappear.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? What happened in that time frame?
The 2 years from 2014 to
just
2016, and it completely disappeared.
I don't know.
No, Daryl.
Something
Something took place for that deadly virus that was highly contagious. For it to disappear like that.
Like that, yeah.
Something happened. Something was
There
done.
must have been some type of virus.
Yeah, it couldn't
Something
even
was
have been
done.
because I know some people were saying
Some type of precaution was taken. Y'all have to have had these people.
Wasn't Trump elected in 2016? No, I'm wrong.
You're right.
No, you're right.
I'm right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying. But anyway, personally, as a nursing student, as a nursing major, it's, reading about someone in Guinea getting the virus or getting Ebola, working with other people. It's like,
Scary, huh?
it's scary.
Yeah.
It really is. It's like, wow. On the other standpoint, we've seen firsthand people put their lives on the line to save people from COVID-19.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure my mom and my aunts got offers to go to New York to work for what, $5,000, $10,000 a week. It's crazy.
Make that money.
It's crazy.
But like at that.
Yeah, but they put their lives at risk. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But like
So if there is some type of vaccine for Ebola, we need to get our people.
It's supposed to
first. You know what I mean?
it wasn't a vaccine.
It wasn't a vaccine.
It wasn't a vaccine.
The only thing
It was something that was done during that time period of time. Whether they took all the individuals that they knew at the time that had the virus and they put them in one sector of the town or put them in, I guess, what we will call a quarantine, in a sense. Sorry for prolonging the conversation, but I just feel like government officials that were surrounding Ellen Johnson, Miss Salif at the time, Ellen Johnson. I'm so sorry for the mispronunciation of your name. Sorry, honey. But like, who was ever in that administration at the time that was surrounding or that was around that pandemic? They need to now come together again to sit down,
to redo it and reevaluate it
and reevaluate what they now need to do to make sure that this virus does not get back into our country. And I say our, even though I'm not a national or a native, but I am a native by heart. Okay, yes,
by
blood and by heart. I was conceived there.
Okay.
Oh,
but okay, let me just say this.
Y'all need to come back together and sit down at y'all round table and have a discussion of what precautions did we take to make sure that this virus did not kill as many people as the COVID-19 virus is killing right now and is still killing at this current moment.
And another thing is we know that when things like this happen in so-called third world countries, we always bring the aid in. American Red Cross. We always see them all come in running to help. But to be honest, I don't want to see them running to help us.
Why not?
I'd rather see us help ourselves than for them to come and help us.
You literally read my mind.
What are they doing? We don't know how it started. We don't know how it ended.
Yeah.
Where are the African scientists?
Wow, guys, what a great and healthy conversation that just brings to light what we're going through in our country and all over the world. This is just a staple for all of us to keep each other safe and healthy, no matter where we go, Liberia, Africa, America, anywhere that we go, we have to keep ourselves safe and healthy. Stay right there. We'll be right back with our spotlight of the week.
Hi, I'm a Grand Auto Garage manager. We are located 9499 Roosevelt Boulevard, Philadelphia, PA 19114. We are located at the Grand and the Boulevard. Our We are happy to all Liberian families and friends. So I'm supporting LRTN.
Welcome back to How's My People. Now for this week's spotlight, we have to shed some light on Mr. Nelson with Lift Africa in his organization that is employing many people across Africa with a job. And we had the opportunity to sit down with him this week. So take a look.
My name is Theophilus Julico Nelson I, and I am a Liberian currently based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. I am the founder and CEO of Lift Africa LLC, currently based in Pennsylvania. Lift Africa is like a dream come true. We are into human service work where we do employment for startup. I said earlier, a dream come true because when I first came to the United States, it's not easy getting along, especially a new environment, new culture, new weather. It's a tough environment. Many times what people vision about America is not what you see when you come to this country. So my own thinking of how I visioned America before in the past was totally different from what I came and met. So my main purpose was how to make living for myself and my family and how to get along. But at the other stage, it was kind of difficult because I had to go in factories to work to make ends meet, to take care of myself, my wife, and my children. So I saw what I went through myself. I saw what other immigrants went through. So my whole experience was why I gave birth to Lift Africa, at least to give dignity to immigrants who come in to start life and to be able to fetch out and to be able to pull themselves through the whole American system. Lift Africa started as a grassroots employment agency where we only had just a single vehicle, all right? And today we are a company with over 25 vehicles. Lift Africa as a name tells you most of our staffers are Africans. We got staffers who are Liberians, Nigerians, Ghanaians, people from Jamaica, even Americans. At present, we have up to like 150 to 160 employees, and these are all people who depend on this company for their daily life and for their forward march in the United States. All right. So, as I said earlier, Lift Africa, as the name is saying, does not only cater to Africans, but we do cater to other nationals. We have Indians. At a certain point in time, we're even embarrassed of our name, Lift Africa, because we have other nationals working along with us. But that was a vision name, so we still carry the name Lift Africa, but we are also serving other communities within Pennsylvania. Also, you see me today in an office space. We started in the street of Philadelphia. All of our operations were based in the street, in events and what have you. And today we have an office space where we can do administrative work, pay our workers, do schedule, and do other administrative work also. If you are a Liberian or other national coming to the United States for the first time or trying to settle down, you can get in touch with us. We are an entity that's there for you. We cater to employment within Pennsylvania. And if you're at home, give us a call on 215-730-1531. Again, 215-730-1531. We can be located on 7200 Elmwood Avenue, Philadelphia, PA 19142. Again, it's 7200 Elmwood Avenue, Philadelphia, PA 19142. Before I leave, I would just want to say express my thanks and appreciation to the staff of Lift Africa. It's not an easy job. It's not a woman's job to get up early as 4:30 in the morning to get people to go to work just to make ends meet. You know, I do appreciate you guys, and it's good we work as a team, you know, in this whole mission. I also want to say thanks and appreciation to Liberia Radio and Television Network, LRTN. Sometime in 2019, I did a work with them during the funeral of my late wife, where they were able to broadcast the funeral program via YouTube and also Facebook, where thousands of our friends and even my children that couldn't come to the US at the time watched the funeral program. And you're doing a marvelous job in the community, and I want to encourage everybody under my voice today to follow the network, because they are doing a great job within the Liberian community in the United States.
Wow. Do you guys see how that man was so invested in his business? Like, he has a staffing business. Like, it was unheard of. This is one of the most articulate and individual.
Yes.
You know, like, yeah, we've heard of, you know, people helping children, but he has a staffing company. That's unheard of.
Hires people that come from
all over Africa. All
Not
over
even just
Ghana.
Africa. I heard you even have some people in some Indian people working for him. Like, this man is all over
global.
the
He's
for
literally
him to
global.
be a Liberian.
Yes.
Yeah, we are so proud of you. Thank you so much for employing, you know, our people who come into this country don't really have a footing, don't understand how the country is going, you know what I mean? Like, just putting them to work and mobilizing them.
Yes, giving them stepping grounds to make money.
I can only imagine,
right off the bat.
I can only imagine how hard it is to find employment abroad.
Yeah.
Based off of how it's hard to actually find good employment here. So to be able to say that I not only work for the man, but I work for a man.
No, you didn't just walk upstairs that hard. Start your statement over.
It's important to say that, yeah, I can work for the man, but also I'm working for a man.
Right.
A Liberian man. Someone of my own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To say, yes, I'm a part of this to help build. It's an amazing thing. You know what I mean? Who else would you rather work for? You're making money for a whole nother person. You might as well just help make money for yourself and for your own. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what's most important, is giving the opportunities to those that are less fortunate, you know? And it's not every day that we see one of us get out there in the field and like actually go out there and working hard to promote our community, to see our community grow in different ways and different aspects. You know, a couple of weeks ago we had the opportunity to hear someone go out and, you know, raise children on their own. Another person going out and working for healthcare, you know what I mean? So it's a great thing, you know, for another Liberian man to come and to give opportunities to Liberian children. But let's not forget, we're given the opportunity to sit right here, right now, on LRTN. Thank you to Mr. Joseph Anderson and Mr. Dimius Pay. This is an opportunity that we can only dream of. You know what I mean? So to be able to sit here, it's not only an honor, but it's like a blessing. You know? So
now, All Mr. Nelson's information will be put on our website, so you can contact him and get in contact with him if you need an employment opportunity. Now, Mr. Taboo, what do we have going on in your segment today?
Well, you know, it's episode 6.
Okay.
And this goes out for all the dudes and the chicks.
Okay.
Who stay sharing our videos and liking our pics.
Okay.
We appreciate you. Okay? So let's get into it. So earlier this week, internet sensation and influencer B. Simone got on social media to promote and teach a lesson on manifesting the life that you want and also manifesting the partner that you would want.
Right.
But what she thought was going to manifest into a lesson turned into a manifestation of a mess.
Oh.
When the conversation went from teaching into a rant on what she believes that young African American women should expect for manifesting the man that they want. And what she didn't expect was that they were going to combat her. Let's take a look at this clip.
All these things we want in a man. A list of things. He got to be tall. He got to be dark. He got to be handsome. He got to have pretty teeth. He got to be a family man. He got to be financially stable. He got to be rich. He got to be successful. He got to be all these things. And we ain't even half the things on that list. He got to be a family man. You ain't talked to your mama in 6 months, but you want him to be a family man. He got to be financially stable. Your account is in the negative, ma'am. Overdraft fees. He got to have a job. You need to go fill out some applications because you're still unemployed. He got to have pretty teeth. You ain't seen a dentist in 6 years. He got to have a six-pack and be in shape. You can't even walk up a flight of stairs without huffing and puffing. Get your life together. This whole list that he got to be. You ain't even half the things on that list.
So guys, that was a mouthful. She said a lot.
Yeah.
But the question I posed not only to you guys, but I would like to pose to our viewers.
Right.
2 questions I would like to pose. The first question would be, do you need to be the full package in order for you to receive your full package? If you get what I'm saying.
I mean...
Oh, what's the second question? So
we're hitting the first one.
So...
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So, okay, I don't think you need to be the... Because I think we're always working on ourselves. We're constantly trying to get better and be, like we have new goals and whatnot. But I do think you should definitely be at a certain point, you know what I mean? You gotta have like your footing. You gotta be like on some type of steady ground before, because if you start like making big moves, you're gonna end up tripping. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have that foundation already, so I think we definitely need to have that like our core worked on. We gotta definitely have our basics before we move forward. But like, I don't think you need to have everything ready before you can receive love. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But in the video, she was stating like, if you're asking for a guy that is a family man, but you don't talk to your own family, things of that nature.
I feel like, okay, so there's this movie, I think it was not Adam Sandler, Jack Black. He was in a movie called She's Not in Your League or something along those lines. He knew that the girl that he was dating was not up to him. Like, they weren't equal. She was, a blonde, blonde hair, tan skin, was not in her league at all.
Was she not in his league only on physical,
Because
But that's still the mentality that Miss B. Simone was speaking on.
Mm-hmm.
Not having the same, financial income, not having the same family status, not having the same,
But is that what she's saying? Because what I heard from it is, listen, don't expect the most from someone else when you yourself don't, don't meet those same criteria.
It's like someone within your class.
I believe
at the same time, it's not always gonna happen.
It's not
always gonna happen that way. What if a millionaire wants?
I'm
a college student. If a millionaire comes after me, because a man seeks a woman. He who seeks a woman seeks a good thing.
Okay.
So if a millionaire wants to see me out or take me out, wine and dine me.
Okay.
He's gonna know that I'm a broke college student.
Right.
He's gonna know that beforehand. And whether or not he decides to go forward with me, it's up to him.
Okay, say I'm a broke college student.
Okay.
And I want to pursue a millionaire. So you're saying I shouldn't be able to pursue?
It's not what I'm saying.
That's not what she said.
I'm saying it shouldn't be your... Okay, it would be different if I'm like, okay, I'm a broke college student, but I only date millionaires. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. But if I'm like, okay, I'm a broke college student, but I'm open to... you know what I mean? You have to have at least my criteria. Okay, you have to at least have a job or be working or doing school or whatever. You know what I mean? That's okay, but it's saying, okay, I only date millionaires, because, you know what I mean? When I don't even have $1 million, that's hypocritical.
I'm not looking, Think about it, I was not looking for a millionaire. He found me.
Exactly.
Okay? But that's it. I'm looking for local people.
Okay, but
I'm looking for people in my community. But if a millionaire so happens to reach out to me, she's a beautiful woman. She's on her line. She's trying to get in, get through school.
Was that what the question was? She was saying about because a lot of women, our age and a little older, will be like, okay, if you don't got $1 million car, you got 6 figures.
They're being unrealistic. That's unrealistic.
No, but I mean, there are women who really be pushing this narrative like,
it's unrealistic.
They don't have nothing in their bank account.
I would really like to interject.
You ain't got nothing either.
I would really,
you know what I'm saying?
I would really like to interject in here is because I personally believe with everything comes a double-edged sword. With everything, there's two faces of a coin. You know what I mean? There's the pros and the cons. There's the truths and there's the falses. You know what I mean? Well, there's the truth and there's the false narratives. You guys get it. But how I believe that B. Simone was coming, she was coming as in, hey, a lot of people in this life that we're living, in this generation, they have these unrealistic expectations of what they believe a real partner should be. And a lot of those expectations, for me, they come for the surface. Yes, that's a lot of opinion coming from this body and soul.
Okay.
Because
it's a lot of surface things, like he has to be tall, he has to drive this, he got to do this, he has to work this job, he has to have this amount of income.
Right.
But what about the actual personality and the characteristics of that person?
Oh, they don't care.
They don't. But I'm not saying that as your expectations, you should want to seek someone that is, how can I say it without sounding some type of way? Because,
just say it. Better off.
How would you you expecting to meet someone? Means that you're expecting of higher. There's no way that you're gonna expect something and expect lower.
Right. Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
You strive for greatness.
You strive. Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Right.
So if a girl, a beautiful, educated woman who's in her prime and is striving to be all that she can be, happens to want a millionaire, and the millionaire just happens.
That's the difference.
To manifest himself into her life.
That's where we're getting confused. Her wanting a million. Listen, it's okay. It's like me
that's
saying,
her blessing.
Okay,
what do you mean?
That's a double standard right there. Listen. It's like me saying you gotta have a perfect body. I want you to have big boobs and no hips and a big butt. You know what I mean? All that, and we all natural hair. Listen,
but all of that would be on the surface.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And me saying I'm gonna manifest that, and every woman around the world will say that's shallow. That's, you know what I mean? That's what you being on the surface. But it's okay for you to, and I'm like, okay, I'm only going to shoot my shot for this, you know what I mean? That's one thing. If you're going to say the same thing about man has to have this much money, it has to be $1 million, of course it's okay to want somebody who has a great body or has a great job or whatever, but to say I'm going to exclude everybody else who doesn't have that, that's being shallow and that's being a hypocrite.
What do you mean?
If you don't have that same standard yourself. If you're going to say I'm not a millionaire, but I'm only going to date millionaires, that's being a hypocrite. No. Why would you?
Let me cut in here. I've been quiet for long enough.
Go ahead, sis.
You're saying that if she says she's not a millionaire, but she only dates millionaire, what you're not understanding is that's not what they're saying. They're saying the millionaire comes to them.
Well, but of course there's no problem. That's not what the video was. The video was her saying that, listen, sis, if you don't have all these criteria yourself, you can't be like, that's the cutoff.
And I think there's a pro and there's a con with that.
Saying, okay, if a millionaire comes in, listen, if Naomi Campbell comes up to me and is like, yo, Daryl, I'm not gonna be like, no, like,
of course you
are. You're too, no.
That's a name.
You said a name. You said a name. Naomi Campbell is a house.
That's not the point.
Name.
Okay, if a supermodel or a rich woman, that's what I'm saying, comes and says they want to date, I'm not gonna say no, you're out of my league, obviously, but I'm also not gonna have like the average girl who's working her ass off and her butt off and is pretty or whatever that's in my league. I'm gonna say no because you're not a supermodel. That's me, and a lot of women who don't want to date in their own realm because they think they're too better for the guy who's trying to make the ends meet.
Let me just sum this up because it's going on for too long. Let me just say this. If you yourself do not have a flat stomach, if you yourself don't work out 3 to 4 times a week, if you yourself are not making more than $5,000 a week, don't look for it. Look for someone in your range and be happy. Cut your coat according to your measurements.
That's all I'm saying.
Now, if someone happens to come from higher standards, likes you, and wants to build you up and move forward, kudos to you, you got a lucky one. But if you don't come to me saying you want a girl with a pretty smile if your teeth are jacked up. Don't come to me saying you want someone who you can see eye to eye with if you cross-eyed it. 2020 vision. Cross-eyed. Don't come to me saying you want a girl who could cook, clean, bake, wash dishes, and fold clothes with her 2 hands like an octopus. Only 2 hands I got, but women do all these things at once. When you can't even do a simple thing like change a light bulb or throw out a trash. You want to live together, but you don't want to financially pay for the household. You not only want me to pay half of the household money, but you want me to take care of the household as well. I feel like what B. Simone said is true, not just for women, but for men as well. Men have a lot of high standards for women. Y'all want us to be slim, thick. Y'all want us to have long hair. Y'all want us to be, we have to be light skinned, brown, or chocolate. Forgetting that there's 2 in the middle. Okay? Y'all want y'all kids to be well taken care of. Y'all want a nice house, well furnished, and y'all only want to pay the rent. Not even, some of y'all don't even want to pay the rent. Y'all just want to pay half of the rent, or y'all just want to flaunt stuff and wear designer all day. It takes hard work.
Agreed.
To build a relationship. Look, as for me, I'm not going to be out here looking for people with this, that. I'm just living my life. You happen to find me, you happen to find me.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to find the person of your life.
But don't go looking for something you don't have.
But I
don't look for
I honestly, I'm not taking anything from what you guys are saying. I honestly agree with what each person is saying. And that's why I said the conversation is a double-edged sword. And that's because, yes, I understand the concept of you have to be your best self in order to seek the best.
Yeah.
Understandable. But let's speak on real life and real life situations here. Everybody is not going to have everything that you are looking for.
Exactly.
With that being said, there's no problem with you aiming
for
the stars.
Boo.
Okay?
Have your standards.
That's it. That's all. Me personally, before I even think about a person's physicality,
right?
Ooh, this vocabulary, honey, because he does this for me.
Okay.
Before I even think about a person's physicality, I'm going to think about the person themselves, the character of that person.
Exactly.
What makes that person that person? What can that person not financially? We're gonna take financial out of it because back in the day,
finances can be changed.
Finances can be changed.
Appearance can be changed
at any point in time. That double-edged sword can be flipped.
Those are characteristics. Those are things that you learn as a child. And I don't have time to babysit no grown, crusty, mama's boy, unmentally stable dude. Not happening. But that's what you guys should start looking for. And those are the standards that you should be looking for when you're looking for someone. Not a six pack, because anyone can work out and get a six pack. Anyone can go get a BBL. They're not that expensive. Anyone can go put a weave in, lashes, bleach their skin, or make their skin darker. These things are happening nowadays. It's the characteristics and the personality of the person that you need to look for when you're looking for someone, not how they look.
Be able to handle your business. Be able to articulate yourself. Be able to express your emotions without having any type of stipulations coming into play, whether it's the masculine role, or you're way too guarded. Or what about you express yourself too much? Sometimes you just gotta and swallow it in. No, be able to articulate yourself in a proper fashion. Period. And I think that's what I would look for in a person, along with, like, you know, the other added stuff.
But like romance.
Like romance.
Of course. Always be romantic.
Sweep me off my feet. Like, sweep me off my feet. On the contrary, a lot of people may think, like, oh, he's surfacey. Like, he's real surface. No. What a lot of people don't know is that if you actually get to take your time to know the person, you would know that your first assumption and impression of that person, 9 times out of 10, or 8 times out of 10, is wrong.
Right.
And that's because you're not taking the time to know that person.
Right.
Okay? But guys, this gets into the next question.
Hold on, I just want to say something real quick. Jeff Bezos' wife was with him before the millions. That's all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? Y'all look so much for that $1 million ticket. Y'all listen.
Sometimes look for the person you can grow.
Thank you.
Some people have the potential, they just don't have the hand. Maybe you're the extra push that they need to build them up to have the hand.
Don't be shallow. When you see somebody who got that potential, you see somebody that got that, like I said, he might be mopping the mopping the floor this week. Next week it might be the fries. You know what I'm saying? Look for that person who's always striving for better. Look for that person who has the characteristics you're looking for. Because like if you gonna pick some like shallow, self-possessed dude who gonna be beating you in the corner, like no, like find the right person.
And just to say one more thing. Instead of saying like he needs to have a six pack or he needs to have blue eyes, green hair, how about saying he needs to be mentally stable? He needs to heal from his childhood trauma. He needs to be able to have a sit down conversation. He needs to know how to speak to me about my trauma without trying to cover it up, but healing my wound without just trying to bandage it.
And you need to
These are the things you should be saying when you're looking for a partner. You need to do the same.
Because I'm honest,
you don't want to break that person that.
But a lot of females, you too come into situations with your own traumas, with your own, you know what I mean, like baggage. Not I don't say baggage, but you know what I mean. You got your own hurt from the past, and you project that onto your partners, and that drives a man crazy too. You know what I'm saying? So
no one's perfect.
Be fair.
No one is perfect. Hannah Montana voice. But the last question I would like to ask my panelists, and to our viewers out there, definitely comment below and let us know what you're thinking. But the last question I would have to bring to the table or to pose to you guys is, well, to all the singles on the panelists. I mean, because
who are not single? I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. So to all the singles on the panelists, I'm sorry, Fuchs, but to all the singles on the panelists, when it comes to manifesting your dream person, what is it that you would want to manifest? What would the characteristics or the physicality, because we're in that realm right now. What is it that you would like to, what is the perfect person that you would want to manifest?
I pray, and this is really some real stuff, I pray that he is right for me and I'm right for him. I pray that when we meet, that I'm be able to love him properly. He is able to love me properly. I'm not gonna pray for a Morris Chestnut.
Right.
But there's already a Morris Chestnut. I don't want Morris Chestnut. I just I want that real love. It doesn't matter what he looks like. I just pray that
what does real love look like for you? Like, you know what I mean? Real love. Specifically.
Like what I explained, being able to properly love someone. Me being able to love him properly. him being able to love me properly.
What does properly mean? I'm not asking you.
Properly is without toxicity,
correctly.
you know,
Okay.
toxicity without hurt, without pain. Like,
without
I don't want
fighting, without all that drama,
that's
extra drama.
proper love.
All right.
Girl,
Yeah.
I still want to answer.
Okay, you didn't answer.
Okay, you didn't ask me.
I'm sorry. She was single.
I am in a relationship, but I can still answer that question.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So, number one, a planner. Because fail to plan is planning to fail. So you need to be a planner. I want to see scheduling, okay? I need to see scheduling. If we have to be somewhere at 6, I need you to be getting up and getting ready by like 4 o'clock, warming the car. We need to start going.
Yes.
Getting everything in order because if you want to be the head of my family, because I have a very strong personality. I can come off as the woman. Okay, I take my role very seriously. So if you want me to respect you and you want to be the head of this girl's family, you're going to have to prove it, which means you're going to have to get up a little bit earlier. Make sure things are smooth. Make sure things are running properly. You start the car, I'll make everyone's lunches. It has to be, a team and a partnership. And then other thing is, of course, love me unconditionally just as I am. Don't try to cover up my bandages. Heal them, wrap them up nicely, and put a little bow on top. Yes. And then another thing I would say is, please learn how to talk to the person that you love. Everyone has a love language. Some people, theirs is giving gifts.
Mine's is all 5.
Some people is hugging. Some people are all 5. Find the person's love language and learn how to cater to it. I know earlier I said that people can't change, but for that person, you can make an adjustment for them. Like if I know Mac doesn't like being talked to this way and I love him, now I'm going to think about how I'm going to talk to him before I talk to him. So there's certain things you need to think about when you're like with your love partner, like the person of your dreams. So, McGarris, I could answer the question on this.
Okay, you did. No,
go ahead there.
I need patience. I need understanding. I need tenderness, and I need you to let me lead when it's time for me to lead. Because I'm such a passive person that most stuff I'm just like, all right, go ahead, you do you. But when it's like, when it's time for me to be the man, I need to be the man. You know what I mean? Like, not so like I'm not misogynistic either. I'm such a feminist. You know what I mean? Like I love seeing women in power. I love seeing women take control. But like, I think when it comes to like that structure for family, you know what I mean? I want to let you run, like, go ahead, run the household. Like, tell me what to do. That's fine by me. But like, when it's time for me to say, like, listen, this is best for the house, whatever. I need someone who respects that. I need someone who knows that, like, this is, you know what I mean? Like, when to let me lead and when to lead. I need someone who like can work with me like that. I need a real partner that my other half. You know what I'm saying? I need my rib. That's basically what it is. And not just the one from like McDonald's, like, you know what I mean? Like, I need my, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
No, but like, and also, like I said, patience and understanding, and I need somebody who will keep me mentally, like, I'm a very mental person, so I need somebody who is just, like, keep me mentally entertained, you know what I mean? Like, I need that, like, stimulation, you know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
That's me, like, it's less about the physicality for me and more about the mental, like, I'm so much more of the mental.
I'm very shocked by your answer.
Why?
Because you've been throwing a lot of shade on females this whole season.
Listen,
and here you go.
Devil's advocate.
And here you go saying you want someone to keep you mentally stable.
No, I'm
but
not
yet last season, was he not the same one that said he wants to do his little thing on the side? They've been together for 40 years.
That's not what I said. I said, listen,
y'all can quote me on this in chat.
Listen,
LRTN.
I'll be in agreement that, that would happen.
He did.
He is ready to speak. Move on. I'm ready to speak now, eh?
Okay.
But what I'm saying is,
when it comes to me manifesting the person, when it comes to me manifesting the person of my dreams, it's hard to really put into words, but I can give you a great analogy. I am like a Rubik's Cube. There's many different parts, there's many different colors, there's many different shades. It takes an intelligent individual to want to work and twerk and see, hey, he likes this, so this color matches with this, and this is in the exact same row. Well, this other color right here is messing up the flow of this Rubik's Cube. So now I have to find another way to boop, boop, boop to get that color to fix it. Because once you actually solve the puzzle, it's a beautiful work of art. Right. The Rubik's Cube is a piece of art. You know what I mean? It just takes the right person to twerk it, work it, and understand that this goes here, that goes here. In layman's terms, he doesn't like this.
So let's fix that. Yeah.
But we love fix that. We know he loves this.
Right. Okay.
Right. Oh, but he looks good here.
Oh my
But this ain't a good look for him there. Right. You know what I mean? Physicalities to me, yeah. I mean, of course, anybody would want somebody that they're physically attractive to. That's just anybody. Cool. But before we get into like the physicality of things, it's more emotional, spiritual, and mental. And then like you gotta add a bit to the physicality. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But to you guys out there, we're not really asking you guys to like comment below of your perfect ideal person, but we would like to know what you think. Is it too much for a person to want what they want and be able to believe that they will receive it? Or do they have to do all these different things and twerk and change themselves to make themselves be the person that would be wanted by the guy or the woman that they would want to attract?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments, you know what I mean? Because this is real life. Everybody doesn't have everything, you know what I mean? But there is somebody out there for everybody.
Right.
Somebody needs somebody. Okay? He said it.
In my DMs.
And that's how it goes, you know? But we're going to take a real quick commercial break and be right back with Papito.
I want to extend my special thanks and appreciation to the management and staff of LRTN. LRTN is a Liberian network that is based in Philadelphia, and they have been a blessing unto the tri-state. And by getting in connection with LRTN, I found them to be reliable, I found them to be serviceable, and I believe they know exactly what they're doing. So LRTN, thank you for bringing me onto your radio station, your TV station, and I pray that God's blessing will be upon you as you go on. Thank you, guys.
And welcome back to How's My People. But before we bring in Papito, we have some kind of, to me, it's really sad news. One of our very own, the lovely Quinita Dunbar, will be leaving us. She's going on a little sabbatical, but it's an important sabbatical. She's going back to school to get that degree, to get that paper. You feel what I'm saying?
Degree.
Okay, and here at LRTN, we promote education and receiving that real paper. The paper that certifies you to speak on what you're supposed to speak on and give you that extra grade pay that you deserve, okay? So please, guys, can we all give a big round of applause and a healthy farewell to the beautiful Quinita Dunbar.
Wish you were welcome.
She will still be with us virtually. She just won't be with us in studio. And if you've been following us, you know that this is a relationship that we've all built together.
Yeah.
So we're not going to get emotional, you know.
We're not.
But, hey, tune in for that Lincoln special, okay? Because we will be up and popping.
Yes.
But let's bring in Papito and see where Papito is at right now, all right?
All right, Papito, are you there?
Yeah, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
How are you?
Yes,
Yes, she is.
Yeah, I'm feeling bad, man. But so you will still be here, or how you doing? How you doing it now?
We're gonna be doing virtual, like from.
So I will still see you. You still
you will still see her.
There are no replacements here.
Ever.
That's good.
This is the final cast.
That oh, my baby so fine. You see my baby fine. I just let the way I could be talking. I'm telling you. Yeah, man, I'm supposed to be interested, but I need your time. But me, I won't tell you I need your time because the player will say, oh, my baby can't do this. And go slow, yeah, they play them cool. Yeah, I get with my friend. I'm supposed to go to Texas, but the thing I have been interested now. My friend say, oh, they put them in the apartment bus. The inside gonna be, I think they say the inside gonna be or I know stadium or big place. They play all of them air because they nobody to the house. They put bus, the water all over the play the cool. So maybe I just say, Mr. Philadelphia here. So I in Philadelphia.
Oh,
wow. The only thing I left my Philadelphia for, hey, I eat my good food. Yeah. My pamboto, my tobogi. They play the real lapiro. Yeah, I expect it. So I feel sorry for the people in that testing there, man. I'm telling you. Now all of them they call CRUZ or what? Now all the one I was running away. He was running away from that cold out there. He got double O. He was on the plane. He was thinking, and he get there and come back. What up with that is that? When he was running away, double he think he comes back. I ain't want that talk. Go get that out. Yeah, man. I was talking about that labor that in La Pure there. Hey, my whole heart. If I'm going to be in La Pure, I'm going to see that boy. I'm going to take him. Yeah. Hey, man, I labor just they want President, we need to do something. Yeah. President, we are set. President, we are set. Need to tell them, say, you know what? I'm going to find out what happened myself because President, we are got son. President, we are got children. He said, need to take the case and say, you know what? We want to know what happened to the boy. I feel bad. My whole heart just spoiled. My heart just spoiled for that labor. I can make that. Oh, man. They would have put and do things in La Pure. Sometimes you can get ahead your feeling. I let boy now who's know that boy going to be president or going to be something in La Pure there. They just go just something there. And the food for the boy in La Pure there, they sit down there, the people going to be beating their wife, beating their husband, they come and kill them. Some people beating their children, they will not get there. Go so let's stop it and so thing. What's that thing that? They won't get in people, oh, I'm not paying there, oh, now job and so you see what happening now.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, you know that. Yeah. Yeah, man. And all the boys ever talking about say, eat the boss. And my friend saw. Yeah, my friend saw that boy a serious ball. That ball. I can listen to the music there. It's that, all kind of thing. The music, I can't understand nothing, but I just sing because of my yeah, hard working ball. I saw him also on a thing with a ball that they call, hey man, that ball with the lawn, I love that wordplay, man. I think I could ball or something that but yeah, I know if you let it go summer or solo thing, I see them dancing together. That ball can sing. Yeah, I let the music and sing. I won't go to La Pure, but now I hear you talking about Ebola in La Pure, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm scared. I won't go to La Pure because if I go to La Pure, there's nothing. La Pure people, there anything can happen. You know, they were talking about the Ebola when Ellen was in power. That Ebola came. Obama sent military people. They went to La Pure. The people pay. I think they help. They pay on a hospital. They pay all kind of things. They did something there. And I think they have funded from La Pure in Sierra Leone. It was in Guinea. My friend was telling me they say in Sierra Leone. I think. Wow. And actually say, yeah. So it's scary. That thing I was saying about call the polo. Now they need to call the polo. And yeah, it be finished. Yeah. See what happened. I'm telling you. Oh, I job feature silly. What you talk about? You man, you woman, you want to know what you're looking for. I mean, tell you something. Now, what you're talking about, more fast and so on. And all that out. You see the La Pure women that they go La Pure, they marry, they're looking for men. And all that what you're talking about. Stand up. So thing. You get it, they go collect it, they put it there. Who get that was stand up, but then they crash on it, they put it in the hot. Like, they put it in the hot, they crash on it, women, they crash on it, they put it in the hot. They won't get that, but I do. That's why I'm going to spend on your small turn. How you're talking to you, and the case. Hey, they will get that. Some of the men I know they either play that working. They're eating, kicking, talking, farm, all kind of things. They just sitting out there. The women just working, taking care of them. They get to not. I'm telling you, some of the women that open, when they're young, when I got to a certain time, they care again. Yeah. So when you talk about, I would listen to you. I would follow your advice and take it seriously. Yeah, but see, so bad, I know you say my daughter will still be happy. But anyway, I feel that if I feel all right, I can look for you, yeah?
All right.
Okay, you're doing cool. You're still doing a cool job.
Thank you.
Bye, Papito.
See you, Papi. We gotta go find Papito to bring him to the studio.
Yeah, we definitely have to find him.
By force, by fire. I'll see the studio.
But guys, sadly, this is going to be. Well, no, we're gonna make this a joyous ending.
Yes,
of course.
You know what I mean? This is not the end. This is only the beginning. You know what I mean?
We're halfway through our season.
Yes, we are.
This is our halfway mark.
We have season 2 coming
up. For sure.
Look out.
We wish you nothing but the best and success, and we know that you're gonna be with us in spirit. So
for sure,
you know,
we'll see you virtually.
Yeah,
we love you.
Thank you.
But now, let's get into business. Follow LRTN on all social platforms. You have Facebook LRTN, Instagram LRTN_215, the Twitter @LRTN4. Am I missing any?
Periscope, YouTube.
Periscope, YouTube LRTN, and then subscribe, and then look for the folder that says, How's My People?
Also, you can also follow us on our website. We'll be updating videos and putting pictures in different events that we'll be doing. You'll also be able to find our local charities that we're working with and all the spotlights.
And that will be www.lrtn-sdf.org. Again, that is www.lrtn-sdf.org. Well, you guys know that it's our closing time, but we will be back with episode 7. I can't find a line. I was about to do a rhyme, but you know what? I'm not going to do it right now. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Just let it go for today.
This is why I couldn't do rap off the dome. I can't be a rapper on paper. You feel me? Give me a paper and pen.
Oh, God.
And it's all said and done by then.
That's next week.
Okay.
We'll do you for entertainment.
We love you guys. Thank you for supporting us. You know what I mean? And share. You know what I mean?
And subscribe.
That's how we're able to do what we do. You know what I mean?
Seriously, I need to see them like side.
But that's it for today, because we all know that we got to keep it at bay here at LRTN Studios. How's my people signing out? We are your co-hosts, McGarris Jackson,
Quinita Dunbar,
Keisha today,
Daryl Kennedy,
and we will see you later because we are
here. We're there. We're everywhere.
It ain't no looking back. Hard work. Dedication. Prayers. Belief. Look into my eyes, tell me exactly what you see. Hard work and dedication, man, it's built dedication. All these haters, any critics motivating me. I'm fighting for the sky, I mean everything that I got. Look into my eyes, tell me exactly what you see. Hard work and dedication, man, it's building me. All these haters, any critics motivating me. I'm reaching for the sky, I mean everything that I got. I'm giving everything, not leaving shit on the low. Just that South Beach brown, bitch, I'm still in my prime. Remember times got dark, but I knew I was shine. I had some niggas switch up on me, but I'm doing just fine. Don't give a fuck about what they doing, man, I'm focused on mine. I'm being all I could be, it's fuck the critics for me. Cause every time they thought I fell, I landed right on my feet. Yeah, I was busy in that studio when they thought I was asleep. So now we pull up in that Benz, SRT in the G. My bitch pretty ride.